The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
Finish what you started, and we will indeed with Sammy Hagar tonight, taking your calls at 1-800-344-ROCK from Merced, California. Gary, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
No problem.
What's up, Merced?
Hey, Sammy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, I want to hit you with this question. Before I do, I want to tell you yesterday I did hear Cosmic Universal Fashion on the local rock radio here, so you're getting some airtime.
Oh, that's out of sight. I think I did an interview with that station, and the guy said he was going to play it, and I guess they're standing true to it. That's great.
Yeah, he's true to his word, man. I thought I had the CD, and I had to hit the eject button, and sure enough, it wasn't even in there, so... Because I was lucky enough to get that whole CD when it was up on iTunes there for a couple days. But anyway.
Yeah, no, I was in Cabo, and they were supposed. The day the single came out was on my birthday, on Monday, October the 13th. The single came up, so the night before on Sunday they put it up, but they made a mistake and they put the whole CD up for like 12 hours or something. I don't know how many people got it, but I was calling up all my friends when I heard about it, and my nephews, my family members have been hitting me hard, like, hey, come on, Sammy, I'm your nephew, man, give me the CD. I'm going, I'm not giving it to anybody until, it comes out because of the internet, and I called them all up and said, okay, fools, you can get it, order it. I'm not giving it to you, but so I don't know how many people got it, but yeah, it was up for like 12 hours, and the record company
Gary thought he had it in his player.
It's great, and I can't wait for the whole world to hear it. But anyway,
thank you so much.
My question to you is, about a year ago, I think I picked up a CD called Baghdad Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Track number 9 on that is Cosmic Universal Fashion featuring yourself. Can you elaborate on that?
It's the exact same song. When the guy first sent me that song, there's 5 other tracks on that Baghdad Metal record. There's 5 tracks that are the same 5 tracks that were sent to me. I picked that one, the one I called it Cosmic Universal Fashion. It was untitled, and I wrote the lyrics and sang it. Now, the first thing I did was I took the music that he had on there, and I just sang to it and played some guitar riffs and got my band, the Wobbles, just to sing the backgrounds, the right nows, and I sent it back to the guy to see what his opinion of it was, right? And somehow it got released on a metal record like that. Well, I wasn't finished with it at all. That was totally a demo, and anyone that's heard it can totally hear the difference. It's way different from what I've done to it since then. So since then, I've re-recorded a lot of stuff, the drums on there and stuff, because it was all electronic. It was all just kind of a computer track. But I thought it was real interesting sounding. So yeah, there is it. I don't know if it's for sale in America or where it is, but yeah, it's out there. And I'm not one of those kind of people who's going to like run after somebody and try to sue someone and say, oh man, you can't do this and that. It's music, and music is for anybody and everybody. And the guy wrote half of the song. He wrote, a big part of that song, and I would never try to stop him from maybe doing it. But I don't know who did it. I'm not sure the guy did it. I think it's, quite honestly, I think it's Miles Copeland's record label, who's the guy who sent me the stuff to begin with. And, but like I said, it's fine. I don't have any problem with Miles. I thank Miles for sending me this project, that came to him, and I really thank him for giving me this opportunity to co-write a great song like this. I think Cosmic Universe Fashion may be the most advanced world beat thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm real proud of it.
That song's as far away as your fingertips. Amazon. We'll take a call from Ontario. Talk to Jamie right now. Welcome to Rockline, Jamie.
Hey, how's it going?
Jamie, I'm doing good, brother. You?
I'm doing excellent now that I'm going to be talking to Sammy Hagar.
Come on, man.
Sammy, you're the best. I'm calling from Canada.
Thanks.
Just letting you know, man, Canada loves you. And if anybody who knows me knew I was talking to Sammy Hagar right now, they'd know how jazzed I am. You are the greatest, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you my first Canadian story. My favorite show of this last summer, I went out and played with Kenny Chesney all summer on these stadium tours, and in between, Kenny plays on weekends in stadiums, so on like Tuesday and Wednesday or something, sometimes I'd go do other shows. I played that rock festival that's in London, Ontario, Canada, and that was my favorite show of the whole damn summer, and I'm not exaggerating. You can ask anybody. I loved that show. It was just everything. Joan Jett was on that show, a couple other bands. It just went so well, and the audience was killing. I loved it. So hopefully I'll get back up to Canada and do more shows like that. I'll come any day if I can have a night like that. But what's your question?
My question is...
I answer questions before you ask. The Psychic Network, ladies and gentlemen.
You can talk all night. I'll listen. I know you're a cosmic spiritual person, so am I, and I just it's kind of a deep question. Back in 96, 97, when the whole breakup went down with Van Halen, I know there was lots of reasons why you broke up and or get kicked out, whatever story you want to go with. But my question is, if your manager, who you were really close with, Ed Loeffler, if he had been still alive at the time, do you think he could have prevented that? Do you think he could have been able to sort of straighten all that out and prevent the breakup?
Absolutely. And the reason is because Ed Loeffler was a great manager. Ed Loeffler had control of that band. We listened to him. He said, if we said we want to do this, and he said, you guys are crazy, you'll ruin your career, we didn't even argue for 5 minutes. It was like, okay, well, and if he really guided us and kept us in line and kept us, on the right track. And as soon as he died, quite honestly, another manager came into the band from Canada, oddly enough, which, I won't hold that against all of you. He ruined the band because he didn't take control. He did whatever Eddie wanted to do. And Eddie was always a humble guy that kind of did what everybody else wanted to do. And then all of a sudden he would start saying, hey man, this is your band, get him aside. You need to make these decisions or whatever. I don't even know quite what happened, so I'd rather not. I'm sorry I even went into it. But truth of the matter is, Ed Loeffler, certainly with his our respect for him and his brilliance, he never made a bad decision for us, we would have probably still been together, which I'm not saying would have been the best thing in the world either. We could have been together miserably, or I could have never got to start my tequila company or have this new band Chickenfoot, or never made this record Cosmic Universal Fashion, which I love this record. None of this probably would have come to be, but sometimes things happen for a good reason, and I don't think Ed Loeffler's death was for a good reason, but the fact that things went on and became what they become, I think is always, everything happens for the right reason, especially if you're as close to the moment as possible, and I try to strive for that, but
Ed was a really, really good man.
He loved us. He didn't manage 15 bands. He didn't have, a whole roster. He had Van Halen, right. And before that, he had me, and it was like, the guy concentrated completely, fully, 100% of his time and energy was for that band. He would live and die for you. And I remember Ed Loeffler, after shows with Van Halen, we'd be waiting for him after the show because he was at every show we ever played. And he'd come back after the show because he'd go out in front and watch the show from the soundboard and tell people what to do and all this. Hey, the lights, get the spotlight, Eddie's singing, you fool. Get the spotlight on it, whatever. So, and he'd come back a couple times. His hair would be ruffled up, shirt ripped up, a little nick on his face. What happened, Ed? Oh, the damn security wouldn't let me back. He'd get to fight with him, man. I mean, he was just for Van Halen, period. Lived and breathed it. So he's a wonderful man.
There was some magic back then, that's for sure.
Yeah.
107.7 The Bone.
Streaming online at 1077thebone.com.